I know how it is to get into an attorney, get in to talk to them, what their schedules are, and the whole nine yards. So I want to make sure that this particular person, whoever it is, if you get the attorney, has an opportunity to do a quality professional job, all right? So I'm still going to go with the 17th. So you have until the 17th to respond. Mr. Inge, you have until the 24th. I will repeat this. And then we will have an oral hearing on the 3rd. Oral hearing on the 3rd to allow Mr. Walsh and yourself, or whoever is here to represent you, to present your oral arguments. So I've given you exactly what you asked for, but I've modified it ever so slightly to make sure that we have the best chance that we get a good quality piece of work in writing. So you're obligated to submit a written response by the 17th. The city's required to respond by the 24th. Then we'll have a little argument on the 3rd.
3rd of December?
Of December. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send out a notice of hearing that will confirm that. We have a bewitching hour here at the hearings office at 4:30 p.m. time. And so when I say the 17th, it means at 4:30 p.m. my clock time, not yours, not any international clock, not your chronometer, our clock. When we stamp it, it's officially stamped. I really ask that people get it in early. I taught for a long time, so get your homework in early, just ever so early. I don't want to have the issue of lateness to be a concern. So it'll be 4:30, 17th, 4:30 on the 24th, and then every 8:30 in the morning on the 3rd for oral arguments.
Can I ask a question, technical question?
Sure.
Is there a rule or tradition or regulation that says that once we start this process, that I will present my arguments and the director will present the arguments of the city, and the next time we meet, I don't find myself in front of the city attorney or one of the 35 lawyers that she's got working for her, that they switch people that present the argument for the city? Is there anything restricting that, or that they're on their own?
I'm not going to, no different than you, I'm not going to say that you have to have a lawyer, because I can't do that. Nor am I going to tell you that your lawyer is the only person who can talk, or even talk at an oral argument. I'm giving you the option of whoever wants to speak on your behalf, you can make that argument. I'm not going to restrict who that is. And I will not do that with the city. So if Mr. Inge wants to have the city attorney or a city attorney come here and present the argument on the 3rd, that's their right to do that. I will tell you my perspective on this is I don't care what anybody looks like. I don't care what anybody sounds like. I don't even care who they are. What I really care about is the quality of the work. In other words, is the legal analysis correct, and does it apply to the facts in this case? That's all I really care. And so when I look at it, it truly is, it's not a gray area, it's a truly black and white issue. It truly is whether or not the matter was presented convinces me from a legal perspective that side ought to prevail. That's all I care. And I don't care, and we all have our own persona, and you characterize yourself as an activist, and I think that's really cool. But what I'm concerned about are the facts that relate to this case and the law that relates to this case, and how that pertains to somebody that's either as passionate or not as passionate as you. Doesn't matter to me. What I care about is in this particular case, the facts and the law are applied correctly. I'll do my best. I am not a genius. I am not above making a mistake. But I do my very best. All right. So
there's a second part to the question.
Okay.
If there is no restriction on that, and I come to the next hearing, and I find myself sitting opposite of a lawyer from
I
the
would
city,
anticipate that would happen.
I would automatically ask for a continuance.
Okay, and I am telling you that I will not grant that, because I'm telling you right now that every hearing we've had, which is what, 2 or 3 now, in this case, I anticipated somebody from the city attorney's office sitting where Mr. Inge is sitting. I anticipated that.
So if
I look forward to it, not because I don't respect Mr. Inge and his abilities to do what he does, but I much prefer having lawyers presenting cases on both sides, because they're more familiar with the process, they're more familiar with the mode of argument that's being presented, and I feel less nervous about offending them. There is no such thing as offending the lawyer. I just don't worry about that. I am much more concerned about tiptoeing a little bit around the nicety, or what I say when I'm dealing with you and Mr. Inge, quite honestly. And if you put somebody from the city's attorney's office, and you put somebody from that's representing you here, I much prefer that. Do I get that very often? No, because at the City of Portland Hearings Office, we have mostly unrepresented parties on both sides. But what I will do is that I would ask that whoever starts the argument on the third finish the argument. That it's not a team of lawyers versus you, or a team of lawyers versus your lawyers. I would ask that if you're going to have a lawyer here, let the lawyer do the work. If you're not, then you certainly have every right to do that. Present the argument. That's my request, Mr. Walsh. That's about as far as I can go to help you. But that's the rule. Okay. All right, we will see you on the 3rd. I do expect timely response on my request for the written memorandum, the written brief, whatever you want to call it. You're going to set the stage, Mr. Walsh, with your response. Mr. Inge, you have an opportunity to respond in writing, but then we will have a final argument, a closing argument, a presentation on the 3rd. All right? Thank you for coming to see us.